Hello again, and welcome to the Citiuation Room, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Situation Room, where we talk politics. And in recent times, there have been some development within the opposition New Patriotic Party. When that comes to mind, everyone focuses on the internal election, which is the presidential primaries. But aside that, there are other developments and some tension and frictions within the New Patriotic Party. And today on the Citiuation Room, we'll decide and we'll talk about this development and others as well, which is more important to the NPP as far as the internal elections are concerned.
Habibi, my people, welcome to Dubai. My name is Sheikh Alkal bin Maktoum. Okay, so I am Caleb, right? Caleb Kuda is my name, and this is Beyond Borders on Channel 1 Television. We are in Dubai. So join me. Let us explore the allure, the beauty, and the reality of life and living it in Dubai through the eyes and the experiences of our compatriots.
Imagine 6 people, 10 people sharing a common room together.
If you're not chinampe, na complain there in the sense, why do I share one rooms now? It doesn't smell pleasant. Or hunting no complaints now, baby, into the fair and
Dubai is one of the most organized, highly resourced and well-endowed countries you would find.
You've been here for 7 months.
Yes.
Without a job.
Yeah.
How is it like?
So hard.
Tell me about it.
Struggling, renting and feeding is so hard.
Every frame per second of their lives in Dubai tells a story, and we've got it all captured right here on Beyond Borders, only on Channel 1 Television. So don't get told, don't miss out. Catch these compelling stories of Ghanaians in Dubai only on Beyond Borders on Channel 1 TV this and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I catch you.
Beyond Borders is sponsored by Copen Hospitality.
You're welcome back. You're still watching the Citiuation Room, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sammi Wiafe, and as always, I do Citiuation Room with my friend, colleague, and brother Fred Tete. Today on the Citiuation Room, the focus will be on the New Patriotic Party, not the internal election, especially the election of a flag bearer. This time around, another set of internal election. The party, after electing a flag bearer for the 2028 general election on the 31st of January 2026, another set of election will take place within the party, which is the election of national officers, regional officers, constituency and polling station executive. Today, the focus will be on the national elections for the New Patriotic Party. A number of individuals have shown interest in becoming the next national chairman of the NPP. For now, the party is still looking for its national chairman. And so the party will be electing a new national chairman for the party, as well as general secretary, national organizer, national youth organizer, and other positions within the New Patriotic Party. A number of people have shown interest in leading the party from that side of the national divide. And so today the focus will be on the New Patriotic Party and its internal elections as the party prepares for the 2028 general election. My name is Sammi Wiafe once again. I'm here with Fred Tete. Fred, what's up?
I'm good, Sammy. How are you?
I'm well. It's been an interesting week.
Yes, quite interesting. The week started with Musa Dankwa. He didn't get us to rest. As soon as the week started, he released his polls, which had to do with approval ratings of the president. Yeah. It talked about the NDC flag bearership, talked about the NPP flag bearership. But when this is a summary of what he told us in his polls he released on Monday, he indicated that the president's approval rate has dropped by 6% compared to the last 3 months. the president's approval rate has dropped.
The honeymoon period is coming to an
It
end.
looks like that the president's honeymoon period is coming to an end. So, according to the people he spoke to, majority of them still believe that the president is on the right path, but the numbers reduced as compared to the last time. He also gave us an inkling into the NDC flag bearer race. You remember last week we had the conversation about which people would be engaged in this flag bearer race, which people, what each of the candidates were doing. Musa Dankwa went down to the delegates and other interested voters to ask who they believe would be better placed to lead the NDC. And from his report, the indication is that Haruna Idris, the minority leader, that's a minority leader,
former minority leader, now
education minister, is in the lead, followed by the general secretary, the chairman of the party, Johnson Esiedun Ketia, then finance minister, Atu Forsen, then the chief of staff, then it goes on and on and on. So he also gave us a picture of how the NDC will be doing and what the delegates and Ghanaians are looking for in terms of who should lead the NDC. And it's raised a very interesting conversation even within the NDC. There are people who are saying that this is too early. Musa Dankwa's polls are too early. Why won't Musa take his time and wait till the government settles? It's too early to start talking about who succeeds the president when the president just started 6 months ago. There are also people who believe that, look, this is a regular thing Musa Dankwa has been doing.
A new election ends immediately.
Yes, so it's a cycle. And once there's a cycle, there's always internal elections. So you are just gauging what people want and what people are looking at and what people are expecting. So that's fine, but there are a lot of people who are not really happy with this polls with regards to the NDC brought out by Musa within the NDC. And there are some people within the NDC who also believe that, look, the polls is right, is projecting a particular kind of candidate. And don't be surprised that most of these people who believe that these polls are okay are people who support a particular candidate they feel is faring or doing well. And the others are people who believe that maybe the person they support has not really shown up in this poll. So yes, Musa brought that and it gave us an idea of how the NDC is also looking. He didn't just end there. He also went to the MPP to continue his monthly polls he does with the MPP. Don't forget that the MPP is going to the elections or to the polls in January, on the 31st of January 2026. So Musa has been giving us an idea of how the election is likely to look like in terms of soliciting the views of delegates within the party. In this particular poll, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the flag bearer in the 2024 elections, former vice president, is in the commanding lead, followed by the former Asin Central member of parliament, Kennedy Japan. Then it goes on like that. It comes to Brani Champon and the rest. So that's how the week started. Very political, where the various parties had to see where the direction of their parties would be going. But whilst this was ongoing, there was a very interesting release still by the MPP with regards to some disciplinary measures which were to be taken. This was the general secretary of the party. You hardly see the general secretary of the MPP writing to the disciplinary committee, being the petitioner himself, asking for certain actions to be taken against certain people. Usually what happens is that you see people within members of the party writing to the general secretary, the general secretary forwarding those petitions to the disciplinary committee for hearing and determination. But this time round, the general secretary himself wrote to the party's disciplinary committee with regards to the conduct of the Bono regional chairman of the party, Abronia DC, where he made several allegations. Sammi, I don't know whether you recall, some time back, one of the allegations was the fact that the Bono regional chairman had been attacking one of the flag bearer aspirants, Kennedy Japan, and made some comments the General Secretary believes are not palatable.
Yeah.
But I think that when I saw it, it took me back to some months ago.
You know, it didn't start today.
Yeah.
It didn't start today. It's been there for a while, but we saw the real face of it, for want of a better word, when the flag bearer for the last election, Dr. Bawumia, started his thank you tour across the country. You know, thanking party supporters for electing the MPP or for voting for the MPP in the last election.
This was early in the year.
It was early in the year. I think somewhere in March, April,
yes.
thereof. Yeah. And so they went to the Bono region, where Abronya is the chairman, the regional chairman for the party. And so he was given the opportunity to speak. And then he made some comments about Kennedy Japan, who was also part of, you know, the tour to thank the MPP supporters and voters. And it looks like the comment Abronya made was not comfortable to Kennedy Japan. And so when he was also given opportunity to also speak, he more or less reacted to some of the things Abronya, you know, said during his speech. I think we have that particular video. So viewers, let's watch the speech given by Abronya on that very day, and then after we'll hear what Kennedy Japan said on that particular platform.
Arrogance and the dear Durabia Yadri. Raging ha, Moo Sammy 2 me 9 quite single constituency. I quite catch you be say, Yamtuaba my candidate, Muye. More Menemotina Damukra, the Moonsami flow beside Tuaba my particular candidate. But the Binum Dimidi call ye campaign Riano. Omuria Yano no ma concline. Abronya no na jibo mi campaign ayere. Ba no kura ne se omo ba mo ho campaign omo se abronya ne soma mo. Omo se abronya ne soma se ye meye campaign ko meboa. Eyese mo di ho adanse ye se ma miema no amfro obia. Sa nkrofo no so omo ye sa di medin ba ayero. E kina omo beba mo ho. But this time no omo ye ma mebuafu. Na mom mo obi nkodi obi atem. Ukodi do obi atem wie. Na so we are also yankoye a unity. I mean, say unity no. Moana mukreti. Professor Makwe report. Or say ye kwa batwa and sama ye kano and no no and this if we UCT. Now moya propaganda no be ya no dia and tna social media say who didn't panatem now we are wabakasa memfa wadamfo. Media, I'm telling you the truth. Obia nye beman chobia. But party nti eni pebi to make kasa te so omo member. Omo nye member. A back contributions ye yisika omo to me be mu kosesere. And they talk as if the whole world is for them. It's not for them. And yet a kruya, like some of them cannot even speak the way they speak. Because bam fi ekura ufari. Ebi wo ya talk as ma omo. Amba rumbe too long. You see, your panokura, Mumianka, I will not respect you. But may respond to anybody unless I can show down. Anybody akuma wasuru, ekasa, yepe memo party muri yankomo yama. Minisa was got means resika. Mu here for promotion to be kasa kukudroso. Nye sika for. Please, who born dog? Number to me, I talk anyhow. Who born dog? Number to me, I talk anyhow. Kukuru, kukuru, kukuru. Sisi yadu nusono. Announce 2023 presidential elections, no, or contested.
So that was Kennedy Japan, one of the MPP presidential aspirants in the party's internal election. Earlier, you heard the Bono regional chairman, Kwame Bafo, also known as Abronya. So this was somewhere in March, April, when Dr. Bawumia was embarking on his thank you tour across the country. Wow, in fact, it didn't end there. It didn't end there. Abronya then subsequently started, you know, he had more or less like a podcast that he was doing on social media, and he was attacking party leaders and party officials, including the general secretary. And so what pushed the General Secretary to petition the party's National Disciplinary Committee was that Abronye had alleged that there was a committee that was set up to investigate Kennedy Japan on some disciplinary issues. And then after the work of the committee, he as General Secretary decided to hold back the report of this committee. And so Abronye was that if the General Secretary is fair to the party and he wants the whole world to know that he's a fair General Secretary, then he should release this particular report that contain the investigations of the misconduct against Kennedy Ohene Japan. And so in this petition that the General Secretary sent to the National Disciplinary Committee, there was a place in it where he says that they should let Abronye come and explain what he said in respect of that report. But he, Justin Frimpong Kodia, denied the existence of such a report and said that there was no report, nothing like that, and so they should ignore whatever Abronye is saying as far as that report is concerned. And so he's also asking the party to thoroughly investigate Abronye and then the number of issues that he has raised within the party in the last few weeks as far as misconducts and internal issues in the party are concerned. That in the end there, Abronye also issued a statement saying he is ready to appear before the disciplinary committee of the MPP. He made two demands. One, he said that he would demand that this whole sitting be telecast live on television, because according to him, the petition that was sent to the National Disciplinary Committee, authored by the General Secretary, was made in public. And so it would be fair that the sitting is also conducted in public. That did not end there. He also says that he is ready to appear before the committee and let Ghanaians and party people know what he described, in his words, the antichrist behavior of Kennedy Ohene Japan, one of the MPP presidential aspirants. So that is where the beef is, for want of a better word, between the General Secretary of the MPP, Abronye, the Bono Regional Chairman of the MPP, and Kennedy Ohene Japan. The National Disciplinary Committee of the MPP is yet to make a statement or speak on this matter as to when they will publicly or do this in camera. So Fred, this is the genesis and the whole, as OJ will say, kabudo,
the kabudo
of this matter.
But Sammi, before we continue, there was an issue about service.
Yeah.
With regards to how the Bono East Chairman was served with the letter by the General Secretary. And you had an interview with him on Eyewitness News. What did he say about the service?
He said he only saw it on social media and that he is yet to be served. So I probe further. So are you sure that you've not been served? He said no. He only saw it on social media. The reason why he has also responded to the petition on social media. As of today, we are not sure whether he's been served officially or not. But as we spoke to him on Tuesday, he said that he's yet to be served. He's not been served yet.
Interesting. How the party is things within the party are developing. How the party is now taking action against people they believe is bringing the name of the party into disrepute. About a week ago, there were other people who were also referred to the disciplinary committee.
Yes, one of them is Deputy National Communications Officer Ernest Owusu Bempa,
popularly known as
Abua Papong, former Director of Communications for Ghana Gas. He's also reported to have made some unprintable comments about the party's 2024 presidential candidate. As you are aware, Abronye is one of the individuals supporting the candidature of Kennedy Japan in the party's internal election. And so he's reported to have gone on one of the media outlets to go and make some unprintable, statements against Dr. Bawumia. The party disciplinary committee has, this is not the first time, I think this is the second time, a petition has gone to the disciplinary committee to call him to order. As to whether he's appeared before the committee is yet to come out publicly to tell us whether he has appeared or he's yet to appear before the committee.
And this particular gentleman seeks to contest a national organizer
position. He said he wants to contest the national organizer position of the MPP.
It's quite interesting how things are panning out in the MPP. So whilst all these things were happening, people were being referred to to the disciplinary committee and the responses to the referral and everything. And somebody who wanted to be national, well, who wants to be national organizer, is also out there speaking and has been referred to the national disciplinary committee. There was another interesting happening during the same time, during the same period, within on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, where we had one senior member of the party, Boakye Jako, coming out to announce the chairmanship, his decision to contest the chairmanship of the party. You know, all along, since we ended the election and started this whole MPP internal contest and the rest, it's always been centered around the flag bearership race and who is going to lead the party in the flag bearership race. The reason being that the party believed that all the disagreements and all the back and forth all boils down to who the leader of the party is going to be in terms of the flag bearer. During that period, the party went for an extraordinary delegates conference. And in that conference, they made an amendment to their constitution, which was a very interesting amendment. The amendment making the national chairman the leader of the party, whether in opposition or in government. So on Tuesday, when you heard the decision by the former energy minister, Boakye Jako, to contest the national chairmanship of the party, what did you make of it? Because it was quite interesting.
It didn't come to me as a surprise. Because Boakye Jako has always wanted to, he's one individual who has spoken publicly about what he believes that the MPP is not the MPP that used to be. He believes that the MPP as of now is in tatters. The MPP has lost its values. The MPP has lost what he described as the core mandate of the Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition. And so for him, he's one individual who he feels can bring back the doctrine and the principles of the new patriotic party. And so when I heard him that he's going to run for national chairman, first I wasn't surprised. Because this is not the first time Boakye Jako wants to hold the leadership position within the MPP. Remember in 2007, the famous 17 Legon, he was one of them.
He contested.
He had then come fresh from America.
As
he was working
as one
of the flag bearers. But he didn't make it. In 2012, Nana Akufo-Addo made him his campaign manager in that election. But unfortunately, MPP didn't win that election. In 2016, he was part of the campaign team. 2016, Mark Menu was the campaign manager. And then when MPP won power, he was made Minister of Energy. And then he was relieved of his position because of some other issues. In the last primaries of the MPP to elect a flag bearer, he was one of the contenders. He wanted to be a flag bearer. So over the years, he's had the ambition to lead the MPP one day. And so he realized that flag bearer's position may not be available for him. And so the only slot available for him may be the National Party. He's not to be a tough person, a firm person. I've dealt with him before some years back. He's, a strong, if he believes in something, he goes for it. And so he deciding to lead the MPP as national chairman, I am not surprised. But the competition will be very tough.
I recall a video which was on social media where the, I think, Constituency Chairman Association of the MPP held an event in the Ashanti region and invited a lot of the bigwigs within the party. Boakye Jako was one of the people who went there. And when he got there and had to speak, he saw the people get up to shout and to give him a lot of praises. And they indicated in the video, you could hear it clearly, where one of the spokespersons says that they are for Boakye Jako, but they are not for Boakye Jako for flag bearer. They think that Boakye Jako as chairman. At that time, he hadn't made a decision to contest. So we were all wondering whether, because he had contested as a flag bearer in the last election or the last primaries, we all wondering whether he was going to go back to contest as flag bearer. He has come back to announce that he wants to be chairman of the party. You've given us some attributes.
And in his statement, he issued announcing that he will contest. He said that he has consulted broadly, broad consultation. When politicians say they've consulted broadly, it means they've taken the decision already. Just waiting, buying time to get this. But then he said that he's consulted broadly. The people have given him the go-ahead to contest as national chairman. But as I mentioned earlier, Fred, it was going to be a tough one. It's really going to be a tough one.
You've mentioned some attributes of Boakye Jako. There are people who also believe that, yes, like you said, the party needs to go back to its roots.
Yeah.
You look at people like Darocha, look at like people like Alajete, the kind of leadership, the kind of leadership the MPP has had in the past, and comparing to the kind of leadership the MPP has now or has had over the years after these people think that the quality has gone down. So they need people who have experience,
strong men,
who have the respect to take over the party. But Sammi, you look at the party again, and I ask myself, is the party you have in 2025 the same party you had in 1992?
No.
It's not the same party. Is it that the party is losing its roots?
It is.
Or is it that there's a new generation of party members who think that the party needs to head in a particular direction? It's sometimes I'm unable to marry these two, because you see, we all say the MPP we knew, but the MPP we knew had a group and caliber of people who behaved and thought a particular way. The MPP we have now is a different MPP.
A Jay-Z MPP.
A Jay-Z MPP. People who are looking at different things, thinking about different things. Are you sure that when you have a person like this, wouldn't there be a conflict in terms of the direction the people or the young people want the party to go, as to the direction the old guards would want the party to go?
It will be a blend of the two. If you ask, it will be a blend of the two. The old guys know the history of the party. They know what is at stake. They know the tradition of the MPP. The new guys may want to learn from the old guys. They say that, you don't break tradition, and history is history. You can never change history. And so if you bring in the old guys, they will help streamline the activities of the young guys. And the MPP will take back what it has always touted itself to be. And then when you compare the personality within the MPP now, and you compare to their main opponent, which is the MPP, there are people who make who make a bit of comparison instead of the human resource base of the leadership of the MPP, and they make their own conclusions that indeed this is not the MPP they fought for. I listened to Boachiga when he officially decided that he wanted to contest on one of our sister stations, and he said that now the MPP has become a party of indiscipline. Everybody does whatever he or she wants to do within the MPP. But in time past, you dare not do certain things within the MPP. You dare not go on radio and say certain things about the MPP without the permission of the leaders of the party. But for now, anybody and everybody can just get up and say whatever they want to say about the MPP. And that is what he is seeking to stop within the MPP.
So outside Boachiga, there are other people who have shown interest, whose names have come up to contest the national chairman of the party. That particular position is now a very powerful position.
Because you are the leader of the party.
So which other people?
Ashanti regional chairman, Bernard Nchibu Esiago, also that chairman went to me. His name has also popped up. He has publicly said that he's considering contesting, national chairman. He's been regional chairman for, I think, 2 or 3 times in the Ashanti region, and he's the dean of regional chairman for the MPP, and so he has the influence. In recent times, when Iyoko arrested him, we saw how party people massed up at Iyoko seeking his bail. The former vice president, was part of the individuals seeking it, but a very influential figure within the MPP. He says that he served enough at the regional level, and so he wants to bring this experience to the national level. And so if the MPP delegates will decide to elect him as the national chairman, he will change the face of the party. He will make the MPP a party that will win election after every election. And with his influence and his, down-to-earth activities with the grassroots, he's the ideal person to lead the MPP as national chairman.
When you want to rate his base within the party, what will you say it is? Because you look at the last elections, regional elections of the party, where he was contested by one of the strongest people, Koka, within the party, where people thought he was going to lose that particular election. He managed to win that election.
But he had a run for his money.
Yes.
He really had a run for his money.
When you compare that election and coming forward now into 2026, where they'll be going for new national leadership, how would you rate his influence and the base, his support within the grassroots of the party?
In the Ashanti region where his base is, he's losing that base. He's not as popular as he came fresh. You know, Wutimi started as a constituency chairman before he decided to come and contest as a regional chairman. The support base he had then is not the same as we have now. If there's anything to go by, as you mentioned, in the last party's internal election, Ashanti regional chairman, the Kuka guy really gave him a run for his money, and he nearly lost. He nearly, but then by divine intervention, he managed to win, you know, the regional chairman again. If he decides to contest again as regional chairman, he may lose because the support base within the Ashanti region among MPP supporters has dwindled, has really dwindled. And the party is looking for a new face, a fresh face. And also the criticism about him is that, you know, he doesn't do the things that the regional chairman is supposed to do for Ashanti region. People accuse him of opulence, luxury, you know, all the things, you know, you want to accuse him with. And so they believe that they want to get someone who is a bit humble, a bit tame, who can do the work proper than showing publicly opulence and wealth and the likes. And so the delegates now on the ground feel that Wutimi has lost his base. And so they may want to try somebody else.
So you think he will be judged based on the performance of the party in the 2024
in the last election as well? Because as regional chairman, he promised that he was going to win all the seats within the Ashanti region. But Ashanti, NDC got some seats that NDC was not supposed to get within the Ashanti region. So if he decides to contest that one, there may be opponents who may use that against him as regional chairman. The more reason why he decided to go national and become the national chairman.
There's another name which is popping up, but before we go on, we'll take a break here and we'll come back and discuss the other names who have expressed interest in contesting the MPP national chairman position. Stay tuned.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Welcome back to the Situation Room, where we've been discussing the MPP and the happenings within the party in the last few days. We spoke about the party's General Secretary petitioning the disciplinary committee of the party over certain conduct by the Bono regional chairman of the party. We've also been talking about some names which have popped up for the national chairmanship position. Before we took the break, we spoke about Boakye Jakon, one of the men who indicated and announced to the world that when the party opens nominations for internal elections, he would pick a form and contest the national chairmanship position of the party. Sammi has been taking us through some of the names. Sammi, we'll go to the next name on the list. That is Nana Akomia. For me, it's quite surprising to hear the name of Nana Akomia coming up for the chairmanship position. Some years back, about 2 or 3 years back, there were rumors that he wanted to contest the general secretary position of the party. All of a sudden, there seems to be a shift in the interest. Who is Nana Akomia and why does he want to become national chairman?
He's a big name when it comes to the MPP. He's a former director of communications for the party. He served as information minister under former President J. Kufuor. He was also the member of parliament for, I think, Okankwe South.
Yes.
Okankwe South also, yeah. For some time before he decided to leave parliament and then work for the NPP. He's the vice chair, or he was the vice chair for the Dr. Bawumia campaign in the last election. A commanding individual within the NPP and well-respected voice within the New Patriotic Party, because he was one of the longest-serving party officers within the New Patriotic Party.
As director of communications.
As director of communications. When I saw, his name, it was a mixed feeling, because his name has come up before, as you mentioned, as general secretary. It never materialized, and so seeing his name again as national chairman, I doubt it. When I saw the artwork flying on social media, I sent him a private message. He's yet to respond, so he's not confirmed or denied whether indeed he wants to contest the national chairman of the NP. But knowing Nana Komia very well, I really doubt if Nana Komia may want to contest as national chairman, of the New Patriotic Party. I really doubt it. I really doubt Nana Komia may want to do that. Perhaps he may have other engagements and wants to be at the background to ensure the execution of party work. But for national chairman, Fred, between you and I doubt it Nana Komia wants to contest.
Sammy, let's just make the assumption that he wants to contest. When you look at the internal elections of the party, it's divided within the lines of the flag bearer aspirants.
Yeah.
Do you think that Nana Komia's name has popped up because he may likely be one of the persons or the person the Bawumia camp, and he's not hidden his support for Dr. Bawumia.
He's publicly
He's been part of the people who have been crisscrossing the country and campaigning for Dr. Bawumia. Is he one of the people, or is he the person who is the Bawumia camp would likely support in terms of the chairmanship position? Because don't forget, we've gotten to know that the leader of the party now is the chairman. As we speak now, the incumbent chairman is not too well. We are told he's indisposed. So we have the first and vice chairman acting. But going forward, selecting a flag bearer, selecting a chairman, you had the Nanado Afoko situation. And we knew what happened during the Nanado Afoko situation.
The party may not want to repeat that.
The party may not want to repeat that, or the flag bearer may not want to have to deal with an issue like that. Is Nana Komia the person the Bawumia camp would say, okay, this is the man we want to be national chairman, because this is the man we believe the flag bearer, if Dr. Bawumia wins, is likely to work well with when he happens to win the election?
Well, they may support him if he decides to contest. There's no doubt they may support him if he decides to contest, as national chair, because of the working relationship, Nana Komia has with Dr. Bawumia, being his vice chair of his campaign team and the rest. So definitely, if it comes up that he's indeed going to contest as national chairman, the Bawumia team will definitely support him, because they have that working relationship already. They have that rapport. And as flag bearer, you may not want to have a national chairman who will be destructive to your cause. And so if it comes up that indeed he wants to contest, I'm very sure and certain that they may want to support him. But let's just go on the line and speak to Jonathan Asante-Ocho. He's a political science lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, to get his thoughts on recent developments within the New Patriotic Party, the internal election, the indiscipline issue of Abronye, and the rest. Let's just get his thoughts on the development. Mr. Asante, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time.
Good afternoon, and there's some few points of corrections. The name is Dr. Jonathan Asante-Ocho, a political analyst and a senior lecturer in the University of Cape.
Forgive me, Doctor. Well end. Forgive me, sir. I'm sure you've been following recent discussion within the political space, and discipline within the MPP, the parties, individuals showing up their heads to contest internal party positions. What do you make generally about recent developments within the party, sir?
Well, thank you. Let me say good afternoon to your viewers and to your good self in the studio and to your viewers. Obviously, when it comes to the point where we are gearing up for elections, especially internal one, oftentimes the the jockeying for positions, become very controversial, antagonistic, and the like. And so what is happening now is nothing new. It is just that the extent to which it is being taken within the MPP, that is what leaves much to be said. And of course, that's the more reason why indiscipline is rearing its ugly head within the party. That being said, um, I think that if you don't crack the whip within the party, as I've said on different platforms, it is going to get a little more murkier before probably gets better. I'm using the adverb probably because if they're not careful to ensure that they nip in the bud such indisciplinary comments and incendiary comments raised by some members within the party. Once it becomes one camp against the other, then certainly it is not going to stop. And that will be when probably the elections are over.
Dr. Sante, is MPP generally, has the MPP generally become an indisciplined political party? Looking at what's happening within the party, will people be wrong when they say indiscipline has taken a big place within the MPP now?
Well, I think that it will be a far-fetched issue if you said that it has become an indisciplined, party. It is just that we have issues of indiscipline. But to say that it has become totally an indisciplined party, that will mean that the constitution is not working. Not long ago, they had a conference, the internal conference, that ensured that certain amendments were made. And that was within, of course, the political space and the constitutional space of the party. And they were able to have such a successful, conference. So to use unguarded statement and pronouncements of certain individuals that are supporting one camp against the other as the epitome of indiscipline, it will be true and justified. But as I rightly pointed out earlier on, of course, the party has become a place of indiscipline and lack of mannerism displayed by certain individuals. No two ways about that. But that being said, not long ago, a few days back, we saw the General Secretary issue, an invitation letter summoning the Bono chairman, regional chairman of the party, to the disciplinary committee. So that tells me that in as much as there is more or less like a near collapse of the discipline within the party, there are certain periods that somebody can really cut them.
Doc, finally, before I let you go, there are many who have said that the MPP of years ago is not the same MPP that we have now. From where you sit, do you agree with such assertion?
Yeah, certainly. The MPP is a liberal conservative party. They believe in seniority. You need to mark time, join the queue before you get to the top. So you have to go back to history and look at where Professor Ibrahim is coming from. When His Excellency, former President Kufuor, wanted to contest him, he was told that his time was not due. So that is what we talk about, liberal conservatism. And then when President Kufuor came onto the fore, President Akufo-Addo wanted to contest him. He was told that his time was not due. So when the time of President Akufo-Addo was due, then we saw Alan, probably President Kufuor wanted to jump Mr. Alan ahead of him. And he complained bitterly. And you remember that at the end of the day, both sides did have an outside victory. Now, it took Mr. Allen to say that, look, you are the senior most, you go. Now, it took President Akufo-Addo, then candidate, to suggest that, look, this honor that you've done me, when your time is due, I'm equally going to see. So what happened when, after 8 years in opposition, 8 years in government, you want to tell us that Alan's time was not due? So that is the beginning of the problem of the MPP because you have virtually jumped someone ahead of you. And so this puzzle, how they intend to solve that, I don't know. Because day in, day out, if you are not careful, the party is distributed. And you see the upcoming presidential in January 31st. Look, if you look at the support base of Honorable Kennedy Japan, we are talking about people who are ardent and grassroots support base of the party. If you look at those who have become Baumia support, you are talking about the former president, faction. You are talking about Dr. Baumia himself, and then the establishment, and those who had the opportunity of serving in the government of President Akuba. So definitely they will be in the majority. But to go into a primaries, internal elections, and you are not even able to make the 70%, you are not popular. Within the party, you are not popular. And nobody does that, and it will be very easy for the person to win the national elections. Because if your main opponent could make 38% for the 24 elections, then you, not better, you have a killing task.
Okay.
A task that is near insurmountable.
Okay.
That is the problem that Baumia faces.
Okay.
Because there are still a number of people that believe that this umbilical cord is not connected to the party, and that it took someone giving him an opportunity to rise to where he's risen to. But there are other senior colleagues who've gone through the ranks and they've not had that opportunity.
Okay.
Whatever you do, those people are going to.
Okay. Doc, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much. Dr. Jonathan Asante-Okyere is a political analyst and a senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, speaking to us there. Thank you very much once again for your time. Doc, so Fred, you just said him. The MPP of yesteryears is not the same as MPP now.
Yes, I mean, there are changes, obviously changes over the years. And you see different people coming in, younger people coming in. And if they are not brought up, if they are not taught, if they are not trained to know how the party, the beliefs of the party and how the party has operated over the years, there's a likelihood that there's going to be a shift in the system. So yes, I'm not surprised that the MPP of yesterday is not the MPP of today. But Sammi, as the MPP of yesterday is not the same as today, there are still some people who want to contest
the MPP
of today. And these people, one of them also can be put as one of the young people of the MPP of yesterday, who has been general secretary before, lost his general secretary position, John Boydu.
Yeah. He's been national youth organizer.
National youth organizer. National organizer.
Acting general secretary. General secretary. A deputy director of communications, a constituency officer.
Yeah.
So he's been through from beginning till when he lost the general secretary position in 2022 to Justin Frimpong Kodua. He's said that he wants to contest national chairman, and I've had people close to him confirm to me that indeed he wants to contest that position.
But what are his chances? Especially when you led a party as general secretary and you are removed as general secretary and coming back as chairman.
Yeah.
What are his chances? Looking at the other people we've mentioned.
He still commands some level of respect within the New Patriotic Party. The party people call him Adrian Kessie because they believe that he has ideas that can help the party, win elections, before. And so for him staging a comeback as national chairman, they believe that puts him in a better position, that puts him in a position of control. As general secretary, even though you were, the CEO of the party or running the day-to-day, you also took, command from another individual. So as national chairman, and as the party has amended its constitution, the party, he will have a full control of the MPP, and then he will ensure that, certain things are done rightly to ensure victory for the MPP. The chances are bright for him. When you speak to people around there, you speak to party people, they may want to have John Boydu come back to the national leadership this time around as national chairman of the MPP. So a lot of people are excited about his decision to contest national chairman. A lot of people are happy that he has decided to come back. A lot of people are happy that he's contesting national chairman, and they believe that he stands a better chance of winning as national chairman.
I want us to look at the connection between him himself, his age, and the younger group of people. Looking at the people we've mentioned and their age group, he looks like he's the youngest.
He is, yeah.
Are you going to say he is the youth candidate?
The Jay-Z candidate.
The Jay-Z candidate.
Because, Fred, admit it, John Boydu has seen it all within the MPP.
At a very young age.
At a very young age. I think when he was national youth organizer, he was very young before he became national youth organizer. He's become a deputy director of communications. He's become a national organizer, acting general secretary. He's seen everything within the MPP as a political party. He's helped take tough decisions for the MPP. He's been part of a group of people who've driven the values behind the New Patriotic Party. And so if you talk about experience, he has it. On the ground, he has it. And so he's one individual who stands tall among the other individuals who have decided to contest as national chairman. And the grassroots may want to see him as really as the national chairman, but they will decide.
Now, when I talk about young people, my connection is to the fact that, see, when you look at elections over the years and the age group of voters, you realize that there are a lot of young voters, and you realize that people of younger ages are now being elected to fill in national positions. So whilst we are having this conversation, for me, I'm looking at who amongst these people would the youth connect to? Who amongst these people would understand the language and the psyche of the youth, and can also give them a direction of the past to blend the two? So that's why I usually want to ask myself or ask you, where does he fall in terms of the voters, in terms of the young people? What are they saying? But yes, that's John Boydu for you. The next person is Stephen Asamoah Boateng. Asabi. Stephen Asamoah Boateng, we were told or contested that 4 years position
the
4 years
last
ago.
Internal election,
went against the current
incumbent,
chairman,
national chairman,
incumbent current chairman, and he was beaten. Who is Stephen Asamoah Boateng?
Popularly known as Asabi.
And what is he bringing on the table as a national chairman if he's elected as national chairman?
In the last campaign to be national chairman, his campaign basically was to build a strong New Patriotic Party, build a strong MPP, a party that is united, that is strong on the ground, and has the command of respect that the MPP is supposed to deliver. In the last, internal election, when he wanted to be national chairman, he's been a former member of parliament. He's been a minister of state under former President Kufuor and Nana Akufo-Addo. And so, for him as an individual, in terms of governance, he's seen everything all. I think this will be the first time he may want to contest a position within the New Patriotic Party.
He contested the last one.
As in becoming a chairman.
But he contested
the last one, but it wasn't successful.
Yes.
And so this will be the second, thanks for the correction, this will be the second shot at it. His chances, if you ask me, Fred, I think are slim.
Why?
If you ask me, his chances are slim because of the caliber of individuals who have also decided to contest as national chairman. Because boot for boot, there are some individuals who may have, higher holdings within the party than Stephen Asamoah Boateng. In the last election, there were only two candidates. He and then Stephen Itim, the two Stephens.
Yes.
But this time around, if the numbers we have projected isn't it to go by, and then if others should also declare their intent, the numbers may be more than you expect. And so this brings his chances very, very slim. But then looking at the individuals who also contested, John Boydu, Wuntumi, and the rest who are grassroots people, have been on the ground. Look at an individual like
Kwabena
Banko, a former national treasurer of the MPP. It's going to be difficult for Stephen Asamoah Boateng, if you ask me. It's going to be difficult.
Talking about Kwabena Banko, quite another interesting.
They call him by the grace of God.
Yeah, I think he contested the national chairman position in 4 years ago. Why is he wanting to be national chairman?
He was the former national treasurer of the MPP. Somehow control the finances.
He was there for a long time.
He was there for yeah. Control the finances of the MPP as the national treasurer of the MPP. Now he wants to elevate to become the national chairman. He says that he wants to bring the MPP home. In my engagement with him, he said that he wants to bring the MPP home. The MPP has been away for a while. If the MPP wants to come home, the MPP must connect with every member or any individual who identify him or herself as a member of the MPP. He feels now the MPP is distant from its members. The more reason why we saw what happened in the last election. But if he is elected as national chairman, he will bring the party home. He will ensure that every member of the MPP has a stake within the MPP. He will not allow only some few sets of individuals to go and take decisions for the party and then come and implement it for the entire MPP as a political party. And so he intends to bring everybody home. Secondly, he intends to bring a system that will ensure that every member of the party will contribute to the party. Dues has always become an issue for political parties. And finances has also become an issue. So he's an accountant, he's a finance person, a former treasurer of the party. You've seen the monies that come in for the MPP. And so he wants to develop a system that will ensure that every individual contributes to the growth of the MPP. And so by your contribution to the MPP, you have a stake within the party. You don't just sit back because you don't contribute to the party, but then you have a say in the MPP because you contribute to the development of the MPP. He wants to build a stronger and a better new patriotic party.
So when I look at all these people whose name have come up for the leadership of the MPP, I think that they are quite strong people. A lot of people have been calling out for the party to head towards a new direction, a direction with someone who has the gravitas, who has the personality, someone who could call to order anybody who is seen to be going wrong. So for me, these people are people the MPP would need, and I think they are all qualified in their own means and right to be chairman of the party. For what I fear for the party is that after the flag bearer elections, there might be factionalism. Factionalism in the sense that people would now want to support other people to contest as national executives, probably because they didn't win and they still want control of the party. How the party deals with that? You see, the party now talks about flag bearer and how they are going to, the flag bearer solves their issue. But for me, I think that having the flag bearer election alone doesn't solve that issue. Now, it's how you deal with the fallouts of that particular election and how the other people and candidates will now push or support others against somebody just to be able to still have a hold over the party. As I said, from 2014, 2016, the MPP saw some of these challenges where you had a national chairman who had been accused and believed to have supported a particular candidate and how that went down and how it was resolved eventually. So for me, I think that the MPP going forward should be able to look at what is happening and then ensure that during the internal elections for party national leadership, this factionalism does not arise.
The party will remain united, as they always want to preach, and ensure that they win the 2028 general election. It's been another exciting edition of The Citiuation Room that came to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sammi Wiafe. His name is Fred Tete Jabano. So we'll come your way again. May the good Lord be with us all.
You know that old saying, man proposes but God disposes? Well, buckle up because this is one of those moments. Remember when I confidently declared that from Mole we are heading straight to the Bono region? Yep. Where the plan was to stay at the lovely Usbet Hotel and the Inchinchim Band had promised us an epic live karaoke night? Yeah, about that. Plot twist. Bus 2 had other plans. It broke down mid-journey, throwing a tiny little wrench into our big, beautiful schedule. But hey, no doom and gloom here. We turned our unexpected pit stop into a full-blown celebration. There were card games, spontaneous dancing, and an impromptu party with the town's kids, and even a mini dance-off that would have made a DJ jealous. One thing we've learned on the Heritage Caravan, it's this. The real adventure, it's not just on the bus. Sometimes it's right in front of a school.